guys, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new, my name is Anya, but you can call me Onion Bear. I would like to apologize in advance for any noises that my upstairs neighbors might be making. They're doing karaoke and it might get a little loud in between, so I'm very sorry about that. But that set aside, I am going to tell you guys an incident of my own that I had. It's not really creepy per se, but it's definitely something that left me scared. So let's just dive right in. So my experience starts when I'm around about 8 years old. At this time, my family and I had just moved from America all the way to Germany. And we had just rented out basically like a story of a house. To give you guys like a layout of what the house was like, you had basically the main entrance downstairs, and that led into a stairway. Then you went up a flight of stairs, and that was where we lived on the second flight. Again, we had just moved to a completely different country. They don't even speak really much English there, so it was very difficult, especially at a younger age, to communicate with my peers. So I was struggling for the very first time. You know, there was like a lot of stress because of that, like wanting to make new friends, but you can't make new friends. So it was very stressful for me, and that is what I believe is going to be important for this. Anyways, I would start to sleepwalk. I'm guessing probably like maybe a few weeks after we moved in, and I wasn't even aware of this at all, like not at all. I only found out when my father told me a few, I think, months or so later, and I would be sleepwalking for, I believe, like a month or so, and I guess it stopped at that point because he never told me anything about it again. So I wrote it off. All I did was I would go from my room, which is basically right next to the main entrance, and I just opened the front door, like literally just opened the front door and just stood there. I wouldn't go out into the stairways. I would just stare into the hallway, like not even doing anything, just staring at the stairways. I guess it stopped around about like a month or so afterwards, or maybe 2 months afterwards, because again, my father never told me anything else about it. So it was like buried in my mind, completely buried in my mind. Fast forward another few years. So when we moved again in Germany, I was around about 18 years old, I want to say. To give you some kind of, again, background of what the house looks like, it's pretty much exactly the same layout of the other place. So again, you had the main entrance downstairs, you had a flight of stairs, and that's again where we lived at. You had another main door entrance, and then there was this big open space when you came in, and that was like the living room and the dinner area. To the right, you had one bedroom. To the left around the corner, you had my bedroom, and this hallway kind of like leading towards my room and also to the bathroom. It was very narrow one. That's going to be important. This time it happened again. I would do exactly the same thing. I would leave my room, walk through the hallway, and then turn around, open the front door, and just stare out into the stairways. Again, not even moving any further than that, but just like creepily staring out into the nothingness. It was absolutely crazy for me to imagine. Again, I wasn't aware of this. My parents never woke me up. They just literally sent me back to bed. Eventually I would comply. I would go back to sleep. But again, most of the time I was not aware of it. Absolutely not aware of it until one time. I was absolutely not aware of it until one time, and one time only, and that was the last that I knew that I was sleepwalking. I had a dream that for some reason my bed was not in my bedroom anymore, but it was in the hallway outside of my bedroom. It was a very narrow hallway, so honestly it wouldn't have fit in there. Even a single bed wouldn't have fit in there, but for some reason in my dream it fit perfectly. In my dream it was also pitch black, but for some reason I knew that I was in the hallway outside of my bedroom, and that I'm on the bed, and that I have to you know, get up out of bed and try to feel my way along the wall to a light switch, because that makes sense, right? So I did that. I'm trying to feel for a wall and everything, but I don't feel anything. And that's very weird because literally this hallway was like, in reality, like maybe like 3 feet wide or something, like maybe like a meter wide, like literally like this wide. Like it was not very, very wide. So I should have been able to just, even when I'm stretching out my hands, I should have been able to feel a wall. But I didn't. And I swear I saw a light go out, but all of the lights are on. Okay, anyways, where was I? Yes, so I'm feeling along, trying to feel if I can feel the wall. So I go a step further, still no wall. I keep on going and keep on going, there's still no wall. I'm starting to freak out because at this point, I'm just like, where am I? If I really was in the hallway, I should have felt the wall by now. I should have felt the light switch. I should have felt something by now, but I can't even feel anything at this point. So I am starting to freak the F out. Eventually, I do manage to feel a wall. Thank God the light switch was right next to where I started feeling the wall. Otherwise, I would have been even more freaked out. I turn on the light switch, and that's basically when I noticed that I'm actually awake. And I'm actually, or I was when I started remembering the dream, I was at this point in the middle of my room. So I wasn't in bed, I hadn't left my room either, but I was in the middle of my room. So I know a lot of you are gonna be like, so what? It's not even scary. And I'll give you that. It isn't scary. It isn't very scary indeed, but the fear of not knowing where you're at and it's complete pitch darkness, you have no control over what's happening to you, absolutely scary. At least it was to me, not being able to know where you're at, what's happening, like, it's scary. It's absolutely scary, and thank God nothing ever happened to me when I was sleepwalking. I was perfectly fine. I never hurt myself. I never did anything. But I know that there are incidents where people have done stuff to themselves while they were asleep. Just recently, I actually also read a story of a poor little girl who always told her parents that she was very, very scared of her wardrobe. She would also sleepwalk, and they also knew of that, but her parents were just like, oh, just ignore the wardrobe, act as if it's not even there. And then one night, I don't even know how, but she actually managed to hang herself in her wardrobe. And just saying that actually gives me the chills right now. If you guys want, I can maybe find out some more information on that and give you guys an update on that. Just let me know down below in the comments and I will get back to you guys on that. But to sum up my experience, I feel like most of it had to do with stress from moving, a new environment and everything. But I can't really pinpoint it to that because a lot of times, like there were times when I was, again, another few years older where I actually went to America all by myself, but I wasn't aware that I sleepwalked there, and no one ever told me about it either that I did. A few years ago, also moved to Canada, and here I've also never been told that I sleepwalked. I can't pinpoint it to just being stress. So let me know, what do you guys think? What was the cause for it? And do you have any ideas why I would go to the front door and just stare into the hallway? Yeah, just let me know down below in the comments. Do you have any suggestions as to why I did that? And I will see you guys in my next video. Make sure, if you like this video, to give it a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so that every single time I upload, you will get a notification. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!